How do you multiply binomials? This is going to be the third video for 7-8, and we are going to discuss how do you multiply binomials. In the two previous videos, I demonstrated how to multiply monomials and how to distribute a monomial. And now we'll figure out how to multiply binomials. This method is commonly known as the FOIL method for multiplying polynomials and binomials. And foiling is something that you might forget later on when you become older. So we really don't focus on foiling in class. Instead, I'm just going to talk about the distributive property because you're very familiar with the distributive property. We've been practicing and using it throughout the entire school year, and you've even learned the property when you were in middle school. So I feel like it's something you've had a lot of practice with. So here we're going to distribute the first two terms to the entire second polynomial. And the arrows are off a little bit, but both the x is going to go to the entire thing, and we're going to distribute the 3 to the entire binomial. So now you have the x with the x plus 2 and the 3 with the x plus 2. Notice we drew the x plus 2 twice because we're distributing the x and the 3. Then we're going to redistribute, and the x is going to go here and here, and the 3 will go here and here. Excuse me, and we'll multiply. Then when you multiply, you'll simplify and get x squared. This becomes 2x. This one becomes 3x. And 3 times 2 is 6. And then you'll combine like terms, and it's always going to be the two middle terms. And you'll have your final polynomial. Go ahead and pause the video and make sure you write down all this information. This is the common way to do it. There's also another method called the box method, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you in the next slide. Okay, so we can use the method that I just showed you on the previous slide, or you can use the box method, which I'm going to show you now, and I'll discuss them a little bit further in the class. So here we have x minus 4 to the squared power. We know that means that we need to write out x minus 4 2 times. And now I'm going to multiply these two binomials together, and I'm going to use something called the box method. And we previewed this method, or we're going to, in class on Monday. So here I'm going to write the first binomial is going to go across, so x, and then a negative 4. Remember, the negative stays there. So the negative 4 and the x go here. And then the second binomial is going to go on the sides. So the x is going to go all the way here. I have x there. And then the negative 4 is going to also follow suit, and it's going to go here. So I'm going to have negative 4 there. And now I'm going to multiply just to get my terms on the inside. So x times x is x squared. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x again. And negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Now that I have all my terms, I'm going to always combine the two diagonal terms. And I add those, I combine them together, so it becomes negative 8x. And now I write my terms from highest to lowest degree, so they're in standard form for my final answer. So x squared will go first, that x squared, followed by negative 8x, so minus 8x, followed by positive 16, plus 16. And now I've used all terms to rewrite my polynomial, and I multiplied these two binomials together, and this is my answer. Now that you see me use the box method, I'm going to go ahead and use the distributive method by distributing twice. So I'm going to first take the 8m squared and distribute it to the first term and to the second term. So I get 8m to the fourth power. Remember, I add the exponents. And then the second one is going to be negative 24, and this is to the 3n now. Negative 24 m squared to the n. Not to the n, excuse me, multiplied by n. Then I distribute the negative n, and that will go to the first term and to the second term. So I get negative m squared n. And then multiplied by the last one will give me positive 3 n squared. And remember, you always combine the two middle terms. Notice they're like. They have the same base m and n, and they have the same exponent of 2. So I'll combine those. I'll just rewrite this one, and I get 8m to the 4th power. It has the highest degree. And negative 24 minus 1 is going to give me negative 25 m squared n. And then I'll just combine the plus 3n squared power. So I could have also used the box method to do this. And I'll discuss them again in class and review them as well. If you had difficulty with this example, remember to rewind it and replay the video so that you can understand the concept.